Welcome back, children. Hope you are all doing well. I know that you are all very eager to learn today's lesson. Today we are going to learn about the interior of the earth. What do you imagine about the nature of the earth? Do you imagine it to be a solid ball like a cricket ball, or a hollow ball with a thick cover of rocks? We all know that the surface of the earth is covered by rocks and water bodies. But what about the inside of the earth? No one can reach the center of the earth and make observations or collect samples of the material. You may wonder how scientists tell us about the earth's interior and the types of materials that exist at such depths. Yes, the information is obtained through direct observations and analysis of materials. Now, we are going to learn about the interior of the earth. The earth consists of 4 layers: the crust, mantle, outer core, and the inner core. First, we will see about the crust. The crust is the outermost layer of the earth. It consists of different landforms like the mountains, volcanoes, plateaus, etc. The crust comprises of 2 parts. The upper part consists of minerals like silica and alumina. So it is collectively called as Cl. The lower part consists of silica and magnesium. So it is called as Sima. The crust of the earth is a very thin layer and it is only 50 kilometers deep. Its average thickness is 5 to 30 kilometers. Now shall we see about the next layer. The mantle is the layer which is beyond the crust. It forms the main mass of the earth. Mantle also has 2 layers, the upper mantle and the lower mantle. The upper mantle extends down to 700 kilometers and the lower mantle extends from 700 to 2900 kilometers. The mantle is a partially molten layer where the temperature reaches to 4000 degrees Celsius. The hot magma from here travels to the surface of the earth and escapes as lava from volcanoes. The next layer which we are going to see is the core, and it is the innermost layer, and it is also known as barosphere. The core is divided into 2 parts, the outer core and the inner core. The outer core is rich in iron and it is in a liquid state. The inner core is composed of nickel and ferrous and it is in a solid state. Now we will learn about the earth's movement. The lithosphere is broken into a number of plates known as the lithospheric plates. The movement of the earth's lithospheric plates is termed as tectonic movements. These plates move in different directions and at different speed. The movement of these plates causes the changes on the surface of the earth. The earth's movement are divided into on the basis of forces which cause them. There are two types of forces: the endogenic forces and the exogenic forces. Endogenic forces act on the earth from inside. They may be sudden forces like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Exogenic forces act on the earth from outside. They cause weathering, erosion and deposition, carried on by the agents of erosion like wind, rivers, waves and glaciers. Endogenic and exogenic forces change the surface of the earth. When many strong earthquakes may result in the formation of cracks in the crust. Volcanic eruptions result in the formation of volcanic mountains and even volcanic plateaus. Weathering, erosion and deposition wear down and create landforms over millions of years. That's all for today's class. Hope you understood the lesson. Thank you, children.